Hi there, I'm Angie with Violet Doodles Boutique. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use Easy Marble Marbling Paints by Marabu to create custom tumblers. We'll do one project over a glittered tumbler, one project over a painted tumbler, and one project with micas mixed with the crystal clear Easy Marble. Easy Marble can be purchased individually or in a starter set. You can find them online or at your favorite art stores. Let's get started. This video is brought to you by Marabu. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Easily find what you're looking for within the video with these markers. For the glitter dipped marble tumbler we are going to make, I already have this tumbler completely prepped, cleaned, glittered, and epoxied until smooth. So it is ready for its dip. I like to keep my rims clean all the time. Marabu also suggests keeping the rims clean when you're using their marble paints because they are a solvent. To keep my rims clean, electrical tape works the best. So I will cover this rim all the way, and I'm even going to go over this epoxy just a little bit where I have this lip and just line up against my glitter color here. And then I will do the whole bottom. Where the tape overlaps, really press down to make sure that you don't have a little pocket for the paint and water to seep in. And then I just go one extra time tightly around the rim. It helps fold the tape over and keep that whole rim clean. And it lets less mess into the cup to clean up later. Okay, it looks all covered and sealed. The next thing we will do is take it to our dip bucket and put in our paints. When I use the marbling paints from Marabu, I use a 5-gallon bucket. You just want your container that holds your water to be 2 to 3 times wider than the thing that you're dipping. So my cups are pretty small, they fit really well in a bucket. The water is just a little cooler than room temperature, and we have about a minute, maybe 2 minutes of work time once we start putting the paints in. To mix them up, I will use a plastic paint palette knife. Cleans off pretty easily and I can reuse it again and again. You can use a wooden skewer, a stainless skewer, toothpick, pretty much anything. When we start, I'm going to add my first color pretty heavily to the top of the water and then add in more colors as we go. And then I'll show you how we mix them up. All of my paints have already been shaken really well, especially the opaque ones. They need to be really mixed up. There's a little fuzz. You want to make sure the top of your water is very clean. So to begin, I'm going to start with my Amethyst and really just cover the water. Then I'm going to take my Turquoise and not quite as many drops, but just spread it around. A little black. And the clear is what's going to show the glitter behind. And we take our mixing tool and just kind of swirl around a little bit. I also like to stick a little bit to the side of my bucket. It helps that paint film stay in place. And then go into the water, can kind of slowly go around and hit some of those other paint swirls. And while it's submerged, break up the film. You can blow on it, you can hit it with your hand, the skewer, whatever works. And that's just so you don't have a second transfer as you're pulling it out. So this will need to dry for 24 hours and cure before it can be sealed. So the next one we will do, we'll use the same water, and you can just, if you have gloves on, you can just scoop out the paint. You can use a piece of cardstock or cardboard or your skewer and just clean off the top of the water. And it can be reused again and again, that way you're not wasting water. It does stain your hands, so I suggest wearing gloves. I'm using a cup that has already been sanded and washed and prepped, and then I just spray painted it white. The reason that I did it white was because some of these paints, like I said before, are transparent. Like this one, the turquoise, is transparent. The Azure Blue is transparent. And the dark Ultramarine is transparent. I wanted those to still have their vibrancy. And then I have 4 that are opaque. I have white, Aqua Green, light blue, and silver. I'm going to start with dark ultramarine, and remember we have about a 1-minute work time. The first color, do quite a few drops, then the Azure Blue, turquoise, light blue, aqua green, silver, and some white. And then I have just my paint palette knife again. Swirl them around, stick them to the side a little. And this is electrical tape to keep my rims clean and my bottom clean. And I'm going to go in kind of at an angle this time and swirl it around and try to pick up all of those colors. And then just break up the film. For the last cup that we're going to dip, I want to show you a little trick. Marabu offers 21 different colors of paints, of the marbling paints, plus clear. So there's 22 to choose from. But if you happen to find yourself not finding the color that you want, you can add micas to your crystal clear and make a new paint color. Micas can be purchased lots of different places online. They have this naturally shimmery, iridescent look to them. They are made from minerals, so that's why they're shimmery. But all you need is clear and just one color of micas. Some of the micas are really fun. They have a color shift to them. It's hard to see in the packaging, like this one. This one shifts from purple to green, and that's the one I'm going to mix with my clear today. The color shifts show up best on a black base. So I have this cup that I've spray painted black, and before I dip it, I'll retape my rims. All you have to do is take your clear and take the stopper out, which is really easy. It's just pressure fit in. I've used about 1/3 of this clear already, so I'm just going to go ahead and change this color. If I was using a full 15 ml bottle, I would do about 5 scoops of my mica. This is a 0.15 cc scoop. It's tiny. I'm missing a little bit of my bottle of paint, so I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see on the top of the paint there where it's floating, it's already kind of shimmery and greenish. You put the topper back, or the stopper back in. Screw the lid on really tight, and then just shake it up really, really well. And you'll have to shake it before you use it each time, just like you do with any of the other paints, because the color will settle. So on my third cup, I'm going to use this color that I just made with the color shifting, and also Lavender and Aqua Green. These are both opaque. And I'll do it on this black cup. So I'll tape this off, and then we will move to the paint bucket. Okay, for the third dip, we're going to do the Aqua Green, which is opaque, Lavender, and the new color that we just made. I did pre-shake all of my paints, but I'm going to shake this one up one more time since it was just mixed. And then with our palette knife, stir them up and stick them to the side. And then the black cup. Dip it and swirl it around a little bit so you get to the tape, and then break up the film. Now you can see that it has a really pretty purple and blue, but then when you look at where the black is, you can see that color shifting. The next step with our dip tumblers is to seal them before we can put any epoxy on them. Since they're oil-based, epoxy will not stick to them, they'll repel. We do need to use some sort of water-based brush-on varnish. I've used both of these, the Minwax Polyacrylic and the glossy Mod Podge, both work fine. I feel like the polyacrylic gives it a little bit of a shinier finish, so that's what I'm going to be using. These need to be stirred really well, not shaken. Shaking will introduce bubbles. And you just apply it using a synthetic brush. To make it a little easier, I use a foam football on a PVC pipe to hold on to it. Now, easy marbling paints are not food safe or washable. So to keep this design safe for handling and protected, I'm going to cover them in epoxy resin. When you're using epoxy, make sure that you're following all the guidelines for safety according to its manufacturer. I'm going to coat each one of these and then let it spin for a little while. Take off my electrical tape and let it finish curing. If you need more information on how to apply epoxy, I have another video for that. Our tumblers that we made with the Easy Marble paints from Marabu are complete. This was the one that started off as a glitter that we dipped in a few colors, sealed 3 times with polyacrylic, and then sealed 2 more times with epoxy resin. This was the one that was spray painted white. And this one was the one that was spray painted black, and we mixed mica with the crystal clear. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave any questions you have in the comments below, and also remember to read the description for the video for any extra information. A special thank you to Marabu. Also remember to like and subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to be notified for more videos. Thanks again.